Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again. Alright, morning. It's Wednesday morning, March 2nd. March 2nd today. It's about 7 o'clock as you can see here. All this week I had my start time set at 7 versus 9 to see what kind of demand and order offers that are out there between 7 and 9, and I'm here to report you it's about 0. Horrible numbers for the first couple hours, and I can't change my schedule because it won't let me. So I've got to keep, hello, somebody leaving in a jet plane. So I can't change my schedule time, you know, so I have to keep coming out here at 7. That's okay. We'll just watch it for the rest of the week. Monday, great day. My first 10-hour day. My first day over $212. I had gotten close to $200 before. I think $187 with peak pay was my high. I've got to start getting in some hours. I need, you know, about 1,000 a week gross in order to, you know, totally maintain my financial status. That can be done. It's only like 7.5 hours per day for a 7-day week. I want to see if I can do it in 5 days, you know, 10-hour days, 50 hours a week. Monday, 10.5 hours, not a problem. Compared to production work, this is easy. That's what I've said before. Anyway, so Tuesday, yesterday, horrible day. $78 in 5 hours. Dead. I finally quit. Said I was way out in East Ames and I could take the back way into home. I said, you know what, I'm done. And when I turned off the Dasher app and went back to the main page, it was showing cool gray at 12:30. And I watched it for the next hour or so and it barely got above pink. So it was just dead slow yesterday. Today I get up, peak pay from 10 to noon and noon to 2, and then that's $1, so 4 hours at $1, and then we have a little break there. Then from 4 to 6, $2 peak pay. I'm scheduled and got time in until 6 o'clock, so that's actually an 11-hour day, 7 to 6. So I'm going to run as much of it as I can. It's going to be a beautiful day. I think it's damn near going to be 70 today. So that's what the plan is gather as much money as I can. And I want to try something here. I just did that. Okay. I was mentioning how slow it was yesterday. And when I, you know, got out of the active dashing app, you know, I could see the heat map and it was cool gray. I kind of wish when you were on the dash map, yes, you see hot spots. I wish they had a little, maybe like an equalizer bar, you know, or signal bar, 1, 2, 3, gray, a pink, and then a blood red busy. So while you're dashing, you can see whether or not it's busy or not. Now I see a couple issues with that. I suppose one of the reasons DoorDash may not do that is if people are out here dashing and see it's a 1, you know, very cold and cool, they may leave thinking I'm not going to get any orders. Well, I could see that, but that helps me, the full-timers. If those people leave, that gives me the better opportunity to get the orders. Okay, so Taco Bell, 4.9 miles, $5.75. Take a look at the floating widget. That's out of town, West 190th Street, and nowhere close to my metric, so that's a decline. I'm still not having to select reasons for decline. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so as I mentioned, there's peak pay today, and this is, I'm sure this peak pay came out prior to the scheduled time for peak pay. Just showed up, is because it's slow right now. And now the funny thing is when I look on the schedule, all the time slots are taken. So I don't know how many time slots DoorDash has determined are needed for this market, for each individual, you know, time slot, how many dashers are needed, but they're almost all taken. But I'm assuming that people are dropping out, much like maybe I did yesterday. You know, to hell with it, it's so slow. So they've added peak pay for a great chunk of the daylight hours, and I'm going to be running them all. So my strategy with peak pay has been strip off the peak pay, look at the dollar amount for the offered job, and then apply your $2 per mile, or my $2 per mile metric. I'm not going to do that today because it is, I suspect, going to be so slow. All right, so Panera Bread, 0.9 miles. I know where that's going. And it's only a 275 Main Street, open an app. Well, you know what? This is going to be a rarity. I'm taking this $2.75 order. It's going 1 mile. It meets the metric. You know, we're not on peak pay yet. So, I better accept it. It's literally 2 blocks that way on Main Street. So I'll take that. It's $2.75, ka-ching, you know, in the wallet. But anyway, back to the peak pay real quick. I'm not going to strip off the peak pay. When we're on peak pay, whether it's $1 or $2, maybe on the $2 I'll see how it works from 4 to 6. But I'm going to look at the offer with the total amount, apply my $2 per mile metric. I'm not going to strip off the peak pay. I need to gather money, and I suspect that if I applied my little strategy there, I'd be turning down most offers because we had a bunch of bad ones yesterday. So anyway, we'll check in at about 10 o'clock in 3 hours to see how I've done for the first 3 hours with no peak pay, and we'll go from there. All right, stick around. All right, so it's just a little bit after 10. We're now on peak pay. Got a really good double there with that Taco Bell to finish off 3 hours. Ended up with $49.75 for 7 to 10, 3 hours, 9 jobs. Only $16.58 per hour, and $1.99 on the mileage metric. So now we head into 4 hours of $1 peak pay from 10 to 2, and then 2 to 4, or 10 to noon, and then 2 to 4, 2 separate segments. They better not cut that second one out. So anyway, like I said, if I didn't mention it, I've had a bunch of offers come up already, 4 of them, since I completed that job here on peak pay. All of them were across town. Now, this morning, I did do some around town work. I kind of followed the money instead of staying in the duff zone. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to play this today. If it works by staying in the duff zone, I will. But I'm also probably not going to strip off the $1 peak pay and then apply the mileage metric. I will look at the offer amount as its own standalone offer because it's slow. That's why they're offering peak pay, is to get us out there. So I feel if I strip off the $1 peak pay, then apply the metric to the job offer, then I'm going to be declining. So peak pay will actually help us today just as standalone offers and not be bonus money. So that's the way that's going to work today. Hamburger I grilled up last night. Alrighty, so it's a little after 2, about 2:15, 2:20. We just ended our 4 hours of $1 peak pay. Got one in under the wire. That was pretty cool. So let's look at the numbers here for this 4-hour period. Had about 10 jobs. I'm not sure if I made the right number of hash marks, and we've watched and we've seen some of the screenshots. A little bit of a hidden tip going on out there today, both earlier this morning and then this afternoon. A buck here, $2 there. Let's see what this one, 3 miles, $8.97. Oh my. Where's it go? Hawthorne Court. Oh, I'm definitely going to take that one. Okay, that's pretty good because remember, we're off peak pay, $8.97.
Don't touch that dial.
I'll take that one. Okay, so back to the numbers real quick. Yep, thank you, hon. All right, about 10 customers. It was 4 hours, $1 peak pay. Total payout was $78.27. That come down to $19.56 an hour. That's pretty good. 40 miles, $1.96. So we met the $2 per mile metric on that with the peak pay. I kind of did a little. I expanded out beyond the Duff Zone a little bit here and there. I did not take anything out to Campustown or East Ames all this afternoon. The hotspots, non-existent out there. They hit once or twice, but usually they're hitting a lot harder. Nothing out there. And peak pay for 4 hours, and I can't tell you how many $3.75 orders, which means $2.75 no tip orders I had. Now, about a half hour ago, I had a blast of orders that were running out to West Ames that easily met the $2 per mile metric, but I knew I was going to come back, with nothing, so I declined all those. Know your market, learn your market, know your market, and work your market, and that just takes time. And it's hard to turn down $10 5 miles, but if you know that you're going to come back without the likelihood of any orders, you can do the math. So all right, well, actually that one's a pretty good there, $8.97 to go just a couple miles. So we got 2 hours of no peak pay.
Don't touch that dial.
And then at 4 we're at $2 peak pay until 6 o'clock. So I'm going to run the whole 11-hour shift that I had scheduled. Right now, the total for the day is only $128.27. I want to hit 200 again. We got to have 200 since I only had $80 yesterday. So, all right, well, we'll wrap this up at the end of the day. We'll talk to you then. All right, just noticed something. By the way, just made a delivery to Oscar. He's the one that had that Red Lobster catering job last year, I believe, or early this year. That was a really nice hidden tip. About $1.75 hidden on that one. And I have not been paying attention to the final screens or whatever. We're under $3 peak pay right now. That was not on the list this morning. From 2 to 4, no peak pay was on the list. 0. Now it's $3. 2 to 4, $3 per delivery. So that has been updated since the day started. So apparently since 2 o'clock I've been on peak pay of $3. It sure doesn't seem like it. Not a whole lot of orders come through, and a couple have been kind of crappy. So anyway, all right. Well, then that'll go till 4 p.m. and then at 4 we go to $2 peak pay until 6. At least that's what I saw this morning. Let's go to promos here real quick. 2 to 4 is 3, 4 to 6 is 2, and then 401.
Don't touch that dial.
Okay, they're doubling some of this up, probably because they added it in, so it's showing twice. But anyway, all right, well, that helps. Every little bit helps. That's good to see. Like I said, I haven't been making hash marks this last hour and 45 minutes, so that's how slow it's been. That I couldn't even tell you how many orders I did. I think 3. And I haven't been taking screenshots of them because I was under the impression it was, 0 peak pay. and that's just how slow it was. You know, I had one or two. They, you know, now that I think about it, they were some decent orders. So that explains it. There was $3 on it. So, all right, so we just finished up here at $3 peak pay, which I just found out about. I don't know how many jobs I did because I wasn't making hash marks. 2 hours, paid me $30.97. That's $15.49 per hour. 20 miles, $1.55. That's just how slow it is. You know, I don't, like I said, I don't know how many jobs I can throw that up there right now at home, you know, in post-production, but it's slow. That's why they put up $3 peak pay. So now we're going to roll in just about a minute here. Going to roll into $2 peak pay. That is still what it is for.
Don't touch that dial.
4 p.m. to 6 p.m. $2. And then from 4:01 to 6 p.m. $2. I think when they updated that, that's why it's showing doubles. So anyway, okie dokie. So $2 peak pay for the next 2 hours. Then my schedule is done at 6. I'm gonna end it at 6. That's gonna be 11 hours. Anyway, so not a great day, but a good day. I feel good. It's a beautiful day. Like I said, you know, 11 hours or whatever, you know, sitting in this truck, sitting in Speedwagon, driving around, delivering food compared to factory work. I'll take this any and every day. All right. All right, so take a look at this. $4 peak pay right now. And I think I got a screen grab of it that I showed you, that, you know, it was showing 4 to 6 $2 peak pay, and then from 4:01 to 6 $2 peak pay. So for 1 minute there was $2 peak pay from 4 to 4:01. From 4:01 to 6 p.m. is $2 peak pay plus $2 peak pay. That's how slow it is out here. They're screaming for dashers. Come on out, man, make some money. These last two here, you know, I just happened to notice that last one was a great order, the Firehouse subs. You know, I'm getting screenshots of these. 1 mile, $7, $9. All right, we're gonna make 200 today. You know, no sweat, no problem. Thank you very much, Speedwagon. But I've never seen that before, where, you know, they had to update it during the day, and I'm sure that's because dashers were, you know, bugging out, much like I did yesterday at 12:30. So they're learning, you know, adding peak pay on top of peak pay. You know, learn your market, know your market, work your market. Thank you very much, Tony. So I'll definitely stay in the duff zone here and just reap in $7, $8, $9 orders driving 1 or 2 miles. That's fantastic. I wonder if there's going to be anything tomorrow. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see. All right, there we go. 11 hours, $239.99. So the next record will be 1 penny to get to 240. Oh my, been a good day. I feel good. A little bit feeling it in the ankles, just a little bit climbing in and out of Speedwagon. Like 28 jobs, that's not too bad. So overall, that last 2 hours at $4 peak pay, $40 an hour, you know, you guys that live in markets where there's constant peak pay, I'm very jealous of you. Oh my. So anyway, great day. I'm up here at the mall. I followed the money. It took me where it was. Anyway, so I'm on the north end of town. I'm going to take the northeast route, back route home, have some supper, go to bed, get up early, and make this video for y'all. Okay. Alright guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.